Vibras? Because we know the Vibras.
Welcome back to another episode of the You Know the Vibras podcast. You already know who it is. Your boy, Michael Carrasco. As always, I'm with my boy, the one and only Juan the Don. What's going on, my boy?
Oh, yo. What's poppin', man? We've been gone, man.
I know, yeah. We took a little week off.
Week off. Nah, but it's funny. We are like post April Fools. You guys need to start reading posts fully.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Read the posts fully. We wanted to crack a quick joke on social media, and a lot of people took it to heart and really thought that, the Vibras was coming to an end. Which, unfortunately, if you would have read everything completely, you would notice that it was an April Fool's prank joke thing, whatever. Which I feel like, which I do feel like April Fool's has fallen off a bit.
It has.
You feel like people aren't really much, I guess, celebrating. I don't know if it's a celebration, but aren't really much, doing jokes and pranks as much anymore. I don't know if it's because we're older, but I just feel like it isn't, as notable as, younger years, in my opinion. But
I feel the same way about it. Like, I feel when we're like high school, middle school, where we really used to see the effects of April Fools, but now, especially getting older, it's like, oh, it's just another day, kind of.
Right. What do you have a significant April Fool's joke or prank that someone did on you one time that got taken a little too far that you believe that might have been like?
Yeah. Actually, this was, I think, like middle school. A teacher told the whole school everybody failed the exam. I was devastated for the quick, like 30 seconds. I was like, damn, man, I need these grades. But I would say that's like the biggest prank that really, like, I wasn't expecting to happen. Then I was like, wait, it's April Fool's and there's no way the whole class failed. But yeah. How about for you?
Okay. I wouldn't necessarily say I remember one exactly. I would say, the common car accident pranks or those sorts of, those are the ones that did kind of get me at once. But then I was like, eventually I would always be looking forward to the day and I would know when someone would prank. Or you'd always see on social media people announcing like the pregnancy pranks or whatever as well. But I don't think I have a significant one that did, catch me off guard. But comment down below, any April Fools that may have got you this year or in previous years that you feel like are notable to share. Nobody commented on the video last week, our last episode.
We don't have a comment of the week. We don't have a comment of the week because of that. But yeah, I do want to touch on that. Do you remember back in the days the change text message that you would just copy and paste and send to everybody?
The text message?
Yeah. Like when people would say, "Oh,
this happened." Yeah.
Oh man, these kids would never know.
Or if you didn't forward it, you have bad luck.
You'll have bad luck for the rest of the year. Man, I feel like those were classics. So you're like, man, bad luck. I don't need none of that. There you go. Forwarding it to your 10 friends.
Facts. But some of them got you though.
Oh yeah. Some of them were good. Whoever was coming up with them was really good. There were some that was like, all right, I better forward this. I want no bad luck. I don't want that to happen to me. But let us know how was your week, man. We took a little week off. What did you do during that week? What were you expecting that week to be? Anything exciting happen?
It wasn't this past. Well, it was this past week actually. I believe so. Or the week, I can't remember exactly, but
yeah, it was this past week.
No, I'm saying, but what an event that occurred. I went to so recently I fell in love with this wing place here in Chicago. And on Wednesdays, they had like all you can eat wings for like $20. The first experience I had there was phenomenal. I was like, wow, this is the best wing I've ever had in my life. Like literally falls off the bone, like melts in your mouth, like the full like exaggeration, but it really sounds like an exaggeration, but it really is like as advertised. So it was phenomenal, right? And I'm like, okay. At that time, I didn't know about the all you can eat, but they told us that day. So we went the following week to the all you can eat on Wednesday, and we enjoyed it again. And I put we put Ish on, my brother on, to the whole thing. Cause we was like, damn, these wings is nuts, bro. You got to try them. Like this, and that. He didn't believe like the hype until he had them. He's like, oh yeah, they legit. So then we went again recently, and what happened? Like, all right, so the second time we went, we had like on four of us, we all total had like 80 wings total. Like we ate like 80 wings total.
It's a lot of wings right there.
I think I had like 20 wings, maybe. I think, I don't know. And then the lady was like, the record was like 25 or something like that. So whatever, we ate 20. And then the next time we went, which was recently, I was like, damn, I got to eat more than 20. You know what I mean? Because I still went home a bit hungry. So whatever, I went there and I like went with my mindset that I was going to eat more than 20. And this time they were coming out in sixes. So it was, you know, the tallying or the counting was a bit thrown off. But still 4 rounds. I was like, okay, I think I can do another one. Everyone else stopped and I went one more round. And that was the worstest thing I could have did, because when I ate that last round, I just started feeling like very ill. And it just hit me wrong. So I got home and I was just feeling a bit like, you know, like weird. Like I just didn't feel good. I had a headache. I'm just like, man, this isn't going good. I started getting that watery mouth feeling, you know. That's followed by, I went into the shower to see if it would go away. I put some cold water on my head, and it just didn't do anything. And I just, you know, started vomiting. You know what I mean? Sorry if you're eating,
again.
but yeah. So yeah, something may be wrong with my stomach. I don't know, man, but it was bad though, bro. This time was really bad. Like I even like had like my eye like was red. Like I was man. I spent all that money. Huh? I spent the money, but still, like I threw up everything. I like every wing was gone. You know what I mean? Practically, so it was a waste.
Oh, you really were hungry after that?
Yeah, facts. But I couldn't eat anything. It was just it was a very miserable night. I couldn't sleep. I kept every time I lay down, I go to the bathroom running. Like it was just miserable. But yeah, I would. And the other day they were jokingly mentioning the wing spot. I'm like, man, I don't even want to go there, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, anytime I think about a wing now, it just messes me up, bro. You know what I mean?
Man.
But before, life, though. Yeah, but recently I had a conversation with a chef, and he was telling me the reason that I may have felt ill is because when you eat too much of those wings, basically the way that they get the wing that way is by cooking it in its own chicken fat. Mm-hmm. So basically with that, if you eat too much of it, you can feel ill because it's like super hearty. Like it's just very, you know what I mean? So it's not meant to do like an excessive amount. So I ate too much. And that's what happened to me. But yeah, that's that. But everything else is good. You know, been going to the gym per usual, doing good. And yeah, you know, anxious to, you know, hit the spring right around the corner. We finally got good weather in Chicago. It was in the high 50s. So yeah, all right. But recently we did have a tornado watch, which was a bit, you know, worrisome. It was like 90 mile per hour winds, which was crazy.
Oh man, yeah. Those be hitting, man. Those be hitting sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Facts. What about you though, man? What's new? How was the wedding, man?
Yeah, the wedding was great. It was great. Everybody had a good time. No drama for the most part. So it was good. Everybody, you know, enjoyed themselves. But for some reason the trip was just kept going wrong and wrong for me. So first thing first, couldn't get a rental. So I had to Uber from Philly airport all the way back to Delaware. So that was a hefty, you know, Lyft ride.
Damn, from Philly to Delaware?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it was like,
how much did you spend?
It was like 150. Yeah.
Damn, 150.
Yeah. I know the driver was chilling. The driver was chilling. He's like, man, this is probably the only ride I had to do all day. Maybe a couple more, you know. Maybe he probably, I'm assuming he did a couple earlier on, but he was just probably done for the day after that ride.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But it sucks
150.
because he's not from Delaware, so that probably messed him up.
Yeah. But it's a short ride though. From it's like an hour and 20-minute ride, so it's not too bad. It could be worse. But
Yeah.
yeah. We took that. That was the first hiccup. Then I was in the wedding. I was one of the groomsmen. When I went to pick up my tux, it wasn't there. So they told me, "Hey, come back next day. Should be here by 1 p.m." I go the next day. Guess what? Wasn't there again, man. And by that time, I already had to go back to Lancaster. That's where the wedding was. So I had to get it put in another order. That way I can pick it up in the Lancaster location. And we were cutting the clothes. I literally got it like 2 hours before the wedding. So it was, it was
I feel like
stressed.
weddings always have things that make them challenging, like the day of at least.
Yeah. I mean, I want to applaud, Jordan and Cece. They handle everything pretty well, although there were hiccups here and there. Yeah, man. Now that I would say now that I've been part of a wedding, now I can understand how stressful it is. Compare, when you are just like a guest at the wedding, you don't worry about anything. But once you're like part of the wedding, whether groomsman, bridesmaid, yeah, man, little hiccups, you feel them. But apart from that, man, coming back, finally got my golf stuff so I can actually, go play golf out here in Houston. So anybody out here that plays golf in Houston, hit me up, man. I'm not the greatest, but I'm not the worst. I aspire to be like Tiger Woods one of these years.
Tiger Woods.
Yeah, I see it, Papa. But other than that, man, we've been pretty chill. Back to work, and then just chilling, man, for the most part.
That's what's up. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself, man, and you had a good wedding experience and taught you the things to expect.
Yeah, I feel like I'm better prepared for when I have to plan my own now.
No, it's good. But yeah, man, that's it. So yeah, continuing. Quote of the day.
You got a quote, right? Yeah, we can't be forgetting that.
Well, technically, you forgot, not me. But the quote is anonymous. The quote says, "So many people are seeking validation from people that aren't even valid nowadays." So it's like, damn. Yeah,
damn,
many
boy.
people seek validation from people that aren't even valid. Like, it's like, how can you seek something from someone that's not even that?
Right,
it's
right.
No, it's pretty straightforward. I mean, I feel like sometimes we try to get advice from certain people, and sometimes people just want to like try to be there for you or try to give you some advice, although they don't know much about it. But it's like it could guide you down somewhere that isn't beneficial to you because that person isn't, too informed on the subject. So I feel like you gotta consider these things when asking people for advice and or seeking some sort of validation from someone. Make sure that person that you're seeking it from has some sort of like presence. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And is obviously valid, like they said.
Oh man, yeah. That's a crazy quote, man. I feel like you woke up and I'm gonna choose violence with this quote today. Nah, but all jokes aside, man, I feel the same way. Like I feel sometimes we look up to people who we shouldn't be looking up to. I feel sometimes, and even just trying to gain validation from people that don't even matter at the end of the day. I feel that that's how society is wired nowadays. But yeah,
right.
Apart from that, I do agree with the quote. If you're gonna try to get some sort of validation, at least get it from somebody that is valid, or somebody that
credible. I'd say.
Yeah, it's credible.
Indeed. Alrighty, man. Let's get into the episode.
Yeah. We have a couple topics. let's see. Which way do I want to start it with this? So you sent me a post of the man Roshi RD and Quavo, together at one of his shows. Where was it? Out in DR, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At
So I
Rise
want to
DR.
touch on that first, man. Because like a couple weeks ago, he posted, Roshi posted him DMing Quavo, and telling him, hey bro, have you been to DR? Nah, let's put it together. And a couple
Yeah.
weeks later, Quavo is out there. I feel like they're working on something.
Yeah.
I feel there's something's in the works.
Nah, yeah. So when I first seen that first DM, I thought it was Photoshop, just because it didn't make sense. Like it had Quavo saying, "Let's make a smash," and it translated over to Spanish to "Let's make a un palo, vamos a hacer un palo," like let's make a hit. But it just translated over like it seemed like someone Google translated and put it on Quavo. You know what I mean? Because it just didn't make
right.
What artist says "Let's make a smash"? That sounds pretty weird. If they said "Let's make a hit," it sounds legit. But either way, I thought it was photoshopped. But then this comes out where we see Rochi with Quavo before Rochi went to sing at the Rise at a show in the Rise, and actually Quavo was in attendance in the club, and he was in like a section next to the stage, like basically on the stage, where he was watching Hirochi in action, and eventually even joined Hirochi on stage to feel him out and see how he performed in DR. I definitely think there's a song in the works. Now this might be an assumption, but I think the song may be a song with Anuel that Hirochi has been working on with Anuel, called Milloneta, that they recorded when they recorded Los Illuminati. And I think that they're going to put Quavo on the song. Why do I think that? Is because Anuel posted the video of Rochi and Quavo on stage together. So it just, and he used the emoji that Rochi's been using for the song Milloneta. So I think that is going to be, that would be crazy. You know what I'm saying?
That would be an iconic trio right there, bro.
Well, and because the Milloneta's a dembow, so Quavo on a dembow for the first time, and then having the trio where Quavo and Anuel work together for the first time as well. So it's just going to be something that would be a banger in Puerto Rico and DR and all of Latin America, also in the United States. Something fresh and new for Quavo's listeners. So I think that would be, if it is that, I think that would be crazy. Now, if it's just Rochi and Quavo, that's also going to be crazy as well.
Well, yeah,
it could be something trap or hip hop or, something dembow. I feel like it'd be dembow because Quavo went to DR, you know what I'm saying, to record the video.
Right. So. But I wouldn't be surprised if they make a couple songs, like maybe one of them is a dembow.
Yeah, artists, they always make songs.
And then kill it with a trap song.
Well, yeah, artists, when they do get together, like big artists like this, when they do get together, they take advantage of that and do make multiple songs. Normally how it works is, like say for instance, Quavo tells Rochi, oh, we're going to make a song where you would get the master and then I'd make a song, or we make another song and I'd get the master. Like basically one song for you, one song for me.
One song for me, yeah.
Basically, so like basically the same thing that happened with Rochi and El Alfa, where Rochi did the song with El Alfa on El Alfa's channel. Now the next song they do is going to be for Rochi's channel. Same thing with Anuel and Rochi as well. Recently that one was on Rochi's channel. Now this one's probably going to be on Anuel's channel. So yeah, it's something that is very good to see. The Dominican genre, urban genre, hip hop genre, whatever, dembow genre getting recognition. Something else to mention where Dominican dembow artists are getting recognition, or Dominican artists in general. Toquisha recently did a song with Coi Leray. She hopped on a remix of Players Remix with Coi Leray.
Ooh, that's big.
And that's big. Toquisha has always got some sort of backlash in DR due to her, like,
of course, yeah.
Her lyrics are a bit vulgar, and how she carries herself is a bit like, I don't know. She's just an interesting person, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
she's like, I would compare her to like Madonna.
Well, yeah, her and
and it's
Madonna
and it's
actually have
and it's
kissed.
funny, yeah. And
Yeah,
I
and
think
they've got
they
together. They
collaborate
did a
on
song.
some
Yeah, they did a
projects.
song.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did a song. Yeah. So yeah, so Coil Ray reached out to Tokisha to one of I'd say one of Coil Ray's big songs, like really big song. This song has taken off recently. And I think that's really good for Tokisha to blow up in the US, like the US scene, and even globally as well. And Tokisha did a little bit of Spanglish. Tokisha has always been known to have very good English, but on this song, she did a little bit of the hook, and then she did her verse in Spanglish, which was dope. Now I'm upset that she used profanity because the song is a very commercial song. You see it in commercials and everything, so it's like, damn, like you could have had more. You know what I'm saying, Tokisha could have reached more bigger platforms
More
if she would
people.
have kept it
Yeah,
clean.
yeah,
But
yeah.
it is what it is. That's her. That's how she is, bro.
That's an interesting point that you bring. Having songs that you can play commercially, bro. I feel that that's where a lot of artists nowadays are hurting, especially like drill artists. Because just the lyrics are being used. Even we can look at John Chimmy. I know we could bring him up, but like his lyrics, like it's good to play, the hood and whatever. But when it comes to just transition for him, I feel like the transition to go
It's gonna be hard.
commercial is gonna be super hard. Kind of like for Anuel at first,
I know that,
where
yeah.
his lyrics were, like he was talking about some crazy stuff. But now, once he I feel like at the beginning, artists
After
don't really
jail.
understand. Yeah, big time. But I feel like at the beginning, artists don't understand. It's like you got to be able to go commercial, right? You got to be able to do both. Honestly, you can make music, to play in the hood, whatever. But you got to be able to make songs that people can play on commercials. People can play, during a walkout song for an athlete or something like that. And I feel that that's take notes for the artists, coming up. Take notes, look at the things that a lot of these artists are doing. Especially, when I talk about this, Pop Smoke. When he started, all his lyrics were like, yeah, we can't put this on the radio. And then he slowly, he had a couple songs here and there where they could play commercially.
Yeah, when the albums that he dropped, for sure. Nah, the recent ones, there were some songs on there that were clean. That's something that's important. The transition for many of these artists, because it's hard to get accepted after you already are given this persona to be like
Right.
street first. You know what I mean? And Anuel, I mean, you could still, I don't know, you could still do it every once in a while, but you got to just know how to have the balance.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially because you can always face legal trouble. Like some people should take notes from the YSL case and all of that, where their lyrics have came back to bite them, which is crazy.
Yeah,
but
before we move on from this topic, have you heard the song "Mr. Jones" with Pop Smoke and Anuel? I do want to ask for those who haven't heard it, it's came out like a year, 2 years ago, but it's a song where Anuel actually is rapping in English, and I do want to ask the question: Do you think Anuel has the potential of dropping an album in straight up English and still go crazy?
I don't think so. I mean, it would do good, but it wouldn't be like crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like hip hop, like artists from US crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because it just doesn't sound right coming out of him. You know what I'm saying? Like it's weird because I don't know. He still has an accent.
Yeah, he does still have an accent. I feel like if he was playing around, maybe doing a couple
Spanglish, Spanglish. I think he will.
Yeah.
Spanglish will do good.
But I feel for him, he should do like a couple more features if that's something that he's trying to do. Do a couple features with like big artists. That way, the people that don't know him in the American market can get accustomed to seeing his name.
I agree. I agree. Nah, but I definitely do want to say I feel good with what's happening in the Latin American genre or the Latin American music scene. Like we mentioned previously, Eladio Carrion with all the American artists, and like we just mentioned with Quavo, Coi Ray, and many more artists that are going to continue to do this. You know what I mean? Which is good to see happening because you know the music is only going to keep growing. Keeping it in the music scene really, really quick. I was scrolling on TikTok and I seen something that, you know, caught me off guard. I don't know how true it is, so this could say I'm gonna say is allegedly. Allegedly, Chris Brown had a concert recently. I don't know where. I can't give you the guys where it was, but supposedly this guy he was recording, or I don't know if I can't tell. I don't know if he was there or he wasn't there, but long story short, this guy's girlfriend was on stage and she got a lap dance from Chris Brown, which then, you know, everyone was recording, and I guess this guy somehow seen it, and eventually they broke up. How do you feel about this? What would you do? All right, let's just a very hypothetical situation. What would you do if your girl, you know, got on stage and Chris Brown lap dance? How would you feel? Would you be like,
I mean,
like, come on, man?
shit. It's like letting my girl go to a fucking Aventura concert, bro.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Facts.
I mean, it's a tricky situation.
Is the guy
bro.
wrong? Is the guy wrong for breaking up with the girl? Is the real
Yes and no, bro.
Because she was enjoying it. She was enjoying it. The girl was enjoying it.
Yeah. But I mean, it's like you gotta look at it like, let's say you as a guy, you go to like a Iggy Azalea or like a Nicki Minaj concert, and they bring you up and she giving you a lap dance, like, you know, yeah.
I think no. All right, so I think it's all depends on how you respect your significant other, because
that's true. That is true.
If you respect them, I don't think you would even be tempted to go up there. Now if you don't, then I think
what do
you would.
But the other thing is like, what if it's random? But then again, you do have the choice to turn it down. So
yeah, you have the choice to turn it down for sure.
Yeah.
But people gonna be like, "Oh, you lame," blah blah blah. People gonna, but hey. That's all. It's a tricky situation.
Right.
But
it's a tricky situation. I feel like it all depends to
it's
either the couple.
It's either your relationship or 10 seconds of fame. What you want? Pick or choose. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So like, you're not gonna go home with that artist. They're just gonna quick dance and then.
I mean,
peace.
You never know.
Oh yeah, you might be right.
Never know. But yeah. No, I mean that's so like you said, it's an interesting situation.
Yeah, but also really quick, Chris Brown, he has been trending because his concerts. There's always been some controversy coming out of his concerts.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if you've seen when he threw that girl's phone. So there was another girl he was going to lap dance to where she was recording like with her phone, like you know what I'm saying, selfie recording, and he grabbed her phone. Like at first time he grabbed the phone and put it down, and she picked it up again and started recording. So he grabbed the phone and threw it into the crowd and ended the lap dance there.
Oh man, that's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah.
So Chris
Brown, mean, but that's all good for Chris Brown because I'm not gonna lie, his career been dying down a little bit. So I feel like all that publicity is definitely good for him.
For sure. Nah, but let's get into the juicy stuff, man. We're you know, this is the second part of the episode, and we wanted to talk about something very, very significant in social media. So Instagram now has the subscription for verification. So basically, you can now pay to be verified on Instagram.
Yep.
We talked about this in the past where we mentioned Twitter. Twitter was one of the first social media platforms to have this verification amongst casual users of the platform. So now Instagram has adapted this, and now everybody now has a verification badge.
Are you going? Wait, before we dive in, I do want to know: are you gonna get it?
No. There's no benefit from that. You know what I mean? Literally, I was looking at the benefits or whatever, and it's saying with this verification, you're just establishing your presence. So basically, help your community know it's the real you with a verified badge. You know what I mean? Which is like also you get exclusive features or exclusive stickers. Like what the heck?
Yeah, to use your voice on the stories.
Yeah, exclusive stickers. Then you get protection from impersonations with, people trying to portray to be you. Which if you're a regular, common, average Joe, this doesn't really matter, bro. Right? Yeah. Also, direct account support. I don't see any. I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. Now with this verification thing, we have people with 500 followers verified, and it just doesn't make sense. Yeah. Back then or previously, those who were verified, it was like an honor to be verified. It was a privilege to be verified.
Yes.
People that are verified stood out, because they were figures that people would recognize, or they had some significant presence on on Instagram. This is a bit tricky, man. I don't know how I quite feel about it, and it's like a $15 per month I think subscription.
Yes.
The one thing I would say is this can be bad for Instagram in many ways, because obviously it's going to affect how significant figures, public figures, stand out. One thing I was thinking, and I should like trademark this or patent this or whatever, because Twitter does have a distinct way. Well, all right, so everybody, if you have a verified blue check on Twitter, by simply clicking on that person's check, you could see if they're subscribed to the Twitter Blue, or if they're fit like someone significant. You know what I mean? So you could see who's paying and who's not. So I guess that kind of holds weight. Now, Instagram doesn't have that quite yet, but I'd say the best way that they could potentially like how people can be like, I'd say people that actually are verified, you know what I'm saying, from the figure could be like distinct in a way. I'd say if like they make the check like a gold color different. Or make it different. You know what I mean? Yes. By making the verified check different, I feel like that's going to be a better way for where they can have people that want to be verified by paying, to get these perks or whatever. And then people that are actually verified for who they are, because it's just messing up the whole dynamic of Instagram, and it's just, throwing off everything. And I'm sure people that are truly verified, don't like this whole thing that's going on. You know what I mean? Because it probably took them so long to get verified. Exactly. It's hard to get verified, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest downside that I can see is that now, like, a lot of spam accounts can look legit because of a verification check.
Facts.
So like now, because damn near everybody's going to have a verification check on their profile. So now you can go to, like, let's say like a spam account, and you can't tell whether or not that's a real person because of the verification check. And I feel that would be the biggest downside.
Yeah, that could cause many problems in the future. Because even companies want to reach out to an athlete or somebody for a promotion, and they run into an account that's acting to be them, but they're verified, so you can't really tell, because basically the verification is supposed to, how can I say? Maybe it might not be a problem, because I think you need to demonstrate ID and stuff.
An ID of that?
If I'm not mistaken.
That could be. I mean, if that's the case, then yeah, it could be a good thing. But I feel like nobody's accounts will really stand out at that point.
Yeah.
Like everybody's gonna blue check. Like it's gonna be super hard to really distinguish.
It already lost its weight, bro, and its power. It already has. You have teachers that are verified. You have fast food workers that are verified. Like, bro, it just doesn't. You have barbers that are, you know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense. I mean, shout out to the barbers, but
I mean, I don't mind my barber being verified. I want to make sure it's actually you, my boy.
All right. Let me take that back. You have janitors that are verified. You have
Right.
high school. You have teachers that are verified. You know what I
Right.
mean? It just these things. It doesn't make sense, bro. You feel me?
Right.
Like no one knows you. You walk out, nobody's gonna recognize you. So what good is this doing to you? You're making Instagram rich, and you getting some stickers. Hooray!
I mean, I did saw this is somewhere where apparently if you had the subscription, you get like more. It helps improve your engagement, essentially. So now we're getting into the whole situation where the algorithm can tell whether or not you got a subscription. And now let's say if you got a subscription, the algorithm is going to pick up your content easily. So I feel like this is going to be detrimental for some content creators, especially content creators are getting started right now.
Yeah, no, it's something that I think is going to be. I think it's going to be something very detrimental to Instagram and can be a potential downfall to the app. Just because it just takes away from its roots and its essence. You know what I mean? That's what I said. We mentioned that before, where we mentioned Instagram was losing its essence, and there's been a lot of things that Instagram has just been changing. And it's just like, where is this going to go? You know what I mean? I've seen that it also applies to Facebook because it's Meta verified. So
Right.
imagine your grandma verified on Facebook. You know what I mean? Like, all right. Yeah, this is getting out of hand, man.
It's crazy.
Yeah, this is getting out of hand. But yeah, I definitely think they need to find a way to make it distinct between those who actually, should be verified and those who, are paying the monthly subscription.
Right.
In my opinion. Let us know in the comments how you guys feel about this verified, controversy on Instagram. I feel a lot of people have been freaking out about it and not liking that other people are paying. I mean, it's people's money; they could pay for what they want.
Right.
I just don't think I don't think it's beneficial to you if you're not doing anything with your Instagram and you're just paying just to have, the check.
I feel the same way. Like unless you like. I would say like for us, it kind of has some benefits because, we're content creators. We do other stuff as well. But I feel like you got to be like, you got to try to achieve something with it, right? So if you're going to buy the subscription, you might as well like double down on the content that you put out. You might as well, start posting more and, actually provide some sort of value. That way you can get the full benefits, like, more outreach and more engagement, stuff like that.
Right.
But if you like use an average person, let's say like me, that only posts like once every 3 months, it's not worth it. I wouldn't even bother with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of it. I'm definitely not a huge fan of this. I'm not too happy that this is going on in a way because people, I know it's gonna up people's ego. You know what I mean?
I'm verified on Instagram, bro. Don't mess with me.
Nah, this can be a problem, man. You know what I mean? Because it's gonna be a problem, and in real life, it's gonna be a problem because people are gonna expect more because they're verified.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So.
What you mean I gotta wait in line, man? I'm verified on IG. I don't do lines.
I can already see, the stories that are going to come from this. Stay tuned. But continuing, man, let's move away from this. I have one last thing I want to mention. I don't know if you have anything to talk about other than that. So recently I was talking to someone and they were talking to me about this. Actually, let me go back. I was talking to a person that is, a journalist, is coming out of journalism. And they were talking to me about something. I was like, what? Not sponsored, okay? Sounds like a promotion, but it's not. Chat GPT. I don't know if you heard about this.
Yeah. I actually use it.
Oh, you use it?
Yeah, bro.
What?
Yeah, bro. I mean, it's a tool. It's a tool. But go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't know. There's this. So journalists are not happy with this because they're saying that eventually they could, be out of jobs due to this Basically, Chat GPT is like something where you speak to it and it can, write things like essays, generate codes, and many other things that do with like what's the phrase? Like it's basically a generated pre-trained transformer. So it's basically like
Correct.
a
Yeah.
thing where it writes like like
You can tell it to do. So essentially, how it works is, you can either talk to it, you can write to it. So essentially, let's say you're trying to write an article about, let's say, top 10, basketball players. You can literally type, I want an article of the top 10 basketball players. And then you can tell, like, you can be more specific, right? You can be in the last 10 years or whatever. And it will write a well-detailed article. But I feel like a lot of people are scared of it, not because of what it can do right now, but what it can do like 5-10 years down the road. Because right now, what it does, let's say if you tell it to like write an article, it's gonna pretty much search the whole web and look what other people are saying and whatever. And it's not 100% accurate most of the time, so there's still flaws that it has. But like I said, I use it, but I use it as a tool, right?
I mean, you're out of school. You're out of school now. So
Exactly. Yeah.
My main concern was for, people in school. Cause I feel like it's gonna be a huge factor in people's creativity and, people are going to start, using it for essays and stuff like that. And then it could eventually come back to bite them, because I was looking the actual definition or whatever for it, the description. ChatGPT is a natural language processing tool driven by AI technology that allows you to have human-like conversations and written compositions and much more with the chatbot. So yeah, so basically it's just something that could compose emails and essays for you and even codes. So I feel like, if people did, use this in college, I feel like, I don't know, man. I think it could be an easy way out, but also it could be something where you can get caught for doing so. And plagiarism
100%,
has been
100%.
getting difficult, and people have been, really strict with plagiarism recently.
Now I was actually looking at a video where this guy like hired somebody to write an article, like a one-page article, and then did the same thing on ChatGPT and then gave it to a professor. And one thing that the professor said, the one that was made by ChatGPT, is that it was good, but it wasn't really personable. So for all you guys, in college and whatnot, I would say use it as a tool that is meant to be used. You can use it to, it will generate ideas for you. Exactly. Use it for your research, and I feel like it's a good tool, especially for content creators. You can ask it, hey, what are some ideas for, let's say, for a podcast? It's good for that. Or even, let's say, if you're writing a screenplay, you need help with the screenplay, you can use it for that and all that. Even for marketing, man, like the things that it can do, man, that thing, like I said, a lot of people are not necessarily scared for what it can do now, but what it can do like down the line. And I feel like it may replace a lot of things.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting when they was talking to me about it, and I decided to share it because I just thought that the future, like, we're literally living in the future right now. Like,
it's crazy.
What we thought about as kids, like, we're seeing it before our eyes, like robotics and all types of things. The world just keeps advancing and advancing. And if you don't adapt, you would get left behind really quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why it's troubling for many people to get, like, incarcerated or whatever, and to come out and to readapt to the real world. It's hard at first because the world moves fast, man. You know what I mean?
So fast, man.
A lot of things are changing.
Fast.
So, but yeah, man, that's the last thing I had to say. I don't know about you, man.
Yeah, no. It's a good way to end it, man. Definitely
not sponsored,
definitely,
man. Sponsor
not
us,
not
ChatGPT.
sponsored, not sponsored. But if we take a check where we can take a check. But yeah, we I feel like we had a lot of good questions throughout. Make sure you guys answer those. Yeah, and just comment what you guys thought about today's episode. I feel like those were 3 good topics to talk about. So let us know what you guys think. Anything else that you guys want to hear from us. But yeah, man, I think that's it for me, man.
We're starting to become
thoughts?
a music podcast, man.
Yeah. I mean, we got to put the culture on. I feel that's what we've been doing, like because us growing up within 2 cultures, I would say, especially with the Dominican culture, Spanish culture, for us, it's natural to just share what we're passionate about when it comes to our roots, and share with everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Facts. No, I agree, man. And there was some recent news with an artist we were talking about a lot, but we didn't share because we just been talking about him way too much. So yeah, Benito.
He needs to
Amor y
pay.
Paz.
He needs to pay before we talk about him again. Come on.
Just know, Bad Bunny, baby, sued you. So yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man. This is the end. This is the end of the episode. Now, like you said, a lot of variety. From music. We didn't touch on sports, but a lot of sports news coming up soon. With the recent. Shout out to Japan. You were completely wrong. I was right. Shout out to Japan. For hitting on that. Yeah, right now March Madness craziness. I'm not keeping up with it too much, but
it's great.
There's a lot of things going on. And baseball just started. So hey, comment down your favorite baseball team. I'm an Angels fan. Go Halos. I think you're a Yankees fan, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, sir. You've been all over the place. You're a Yankees, Orioles.
No. I was been a Yankees fan. I supported the local team, all right? As long as they weren't playing the Yankees, I would support the local team. But out here, there's no way I can support the Astros. I'm sorry.
But yeah, comment down below your favorite MLB team now that opening day has already passed and the season is just now coming to the start. Let us know who you're rocking with this season and who you are expecting to win that World Series this year. Other than that, that's about it. A lot of boxing coming up in April. Actually, this month.
I'm a happy
lot
guy.
Of boxing. Yeah, a lot of boxing. Also some UFC fights in there. And yeah, it's just going to be a lot of combat sports action this month. But hey, we'll talk about that when it gets here. Yes, but yeah, sir. Thank you guys for always checking out an episode on the Vibras podcast platform. Thank you guys for coming in each and every week, every Monday with a new episode, fresh episode every Monday. Last week we missed you guys due to, some inconveniences, but hey, it is what it is. We're just pushing forward. And hey, if we got you April Fools, comment down below. You guys got me. Because there were some guys that said that they felt, sad.
I got a couple messages actually.
For real?
Yeah, I got a couple messages.
Oh man, that's funny. But yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, thank you guys. Make sure you hit that like button, comment something down below based on today's episode or, from previous weeks. Comment anything positive, any message that you want us to share, where you could be featured on next week's episode as the comment of the week and get a nice shout out. Also, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Make sure you tell a friend to subscribe or tell your neighbor to subscribe. Tell your coworker to subscribe. Tell your mom to subscribe. Tell your whole family to subscribe. And as always, remember to subscribe. Let's vibe.
Peace. Amor y paz. Que Dios me lo cuide.